All right, we're back looking at the robot project, and in particular, this seed motor shield. Now, if we get up here real close, you see this jumper here, MBEN. According to the instructions, this jumper is for setting the power, either internal when it's on, internal from the Arduino, or an external power source when it is removed. But as I said in the last video, I was unable to get it to work. So I think we'll try a couple of experiments. I've removed it from the Arduino. Now I'm going to plug in a external power source here. And for the external power source, I'm using one of these, power banks, single 18650. Now with the jumper on, if I plug it in, the green power LED right there lights up. All right. Now if I remove the jumper, so where it should be running from this, nothing. So I'm still as confused as I was in the last video, but I have an idea. Sometimes things don't translate well from Chinese to English. So I figured we'd just bring in the board that we're going to use, the Arduino Mega, and just wire it up directly across, like as it were plugged in. Oh, can't use that one. So 8 to 8. Nine to 9. You get the idea. We're just going to basically jumper these across as if it were actually plugged into the Arduino. And then we're going to power up the Arduino and power up this motor driver board separately and see if we can figure out what the hell is going on here. Because I want to start writing the code for this and assembling this robot, but I really don't want to power it from the Arduino. And I shouldn't have to. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this board. Is to be able to use an external power source and separate the high current of the motors from the Arduino. So now, my only question is, good. Going to connect a ground. Another one floating around somewhere. Because we always need to have our grounds connected. All right. So everything's connected. Power up the board. And then we'll power up the Arduino, which still has the test program in it. It's working. It's works. As you can see. Perfect. Everything is working as it should. So, now that I know that that's good and in order, we can start assembling the body of the robot. All right, let's begin a little bit of assembly here. I'm going to start with the motors. They go through those little tabs there in the bottom. And then this tab just kind of grabs onto the outside of the board. It doesn't seem particularly sturdy to me, so it's going to get super glued on there. Just doesn't seem like a good way to hold something. Come on, little fingers. There we go. And these are just finger tight for the moment. I'm going to put in the other tab, see how it slips up through the bottom. Put the motor in place. Slip that screw in, and then this one comes up from underneath like that. Just got to get it in this little spot. Oh, here's a thought. These would probably be best served by putting the screw head on the outside and the nut on the inside so that you can actually reach it with the screwdriver. Yeah, that's definitely getting glued. I just don't like the way it just kind of hangs there in outer space. All right, so we got the motors on. Next we have this front castor. Just going to tuck those wires through here for now, because this is the bottom of the robot. And this is how she'll sit. So for the casters, it says we need to use spacers. No problem. So we will assemble them like this. Looking pretty good so far. I'm just going to snug those up a little. I will do this with a wrench off camera later. Okay, so then that front castor assembly fits in here. Into the front of the robot. Oops. And they are definitely spaced like a tactile switch. You know, so it only goes one way. If you're wondering where I got this, I ordered this from eBay, or no, I'm sorry, Amazon. It was $12. Well, yeah, $12 and change, you know. And the seller is called Go Whoops. And let's see if you can see this here. 3 holes line up, 1 is completely out of whack. But that's what you get for a Chinese $12 robotic car, right? Then we will attach the wheels. Yep. I'm definitely going to have to switch these around. Switch the screws around. Now we will attach the wheels. They just pop on. And there you can see the profile of the car, which sits pretty level. Now the battery box here's the battery box. I believe it was supposed to sit up front. but that's not matching any holes. So I will go back online and check in a little bit more. And we'll be back in the next part with putting on the battery box and the Arduino and shield, and also the sensor. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, share it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, the heck are you waiting for? I'll see you next time.